big mover this morning in the broader markets is IRB Infra. The stock is up 6.5% after posting a big beat in its margin performance. VD Mhaiskar, the chairman and managing director of IRB Infra, joins us now to talk more about that. Viren, hi, good morning, and thank you for joining us on the show. The strong margin expansion is the big talking point this morning about IRB Infra. Can you just take us through how the high margin BOT segment has done this time around, and also whether this 55.7% margin performance is sustainable for the next couple of quarters in FY15?
Yeah, good morning, Sonia. You are right that we have seen a good margin expansion in this quarter, my prime reason for the same is because of higher toll revenues from the tolling segment. So if you just bifurcate the segments, the construction segment would tend to give you 10 to 12% PAT margins, whereas the EBITDA margin level at the BOT business is almost 85 to 90%. And the revenue breakup in this quarter has been more of toll revenue because of more projects that have become operational now. We had 3 projects becoming operational during the last 2 quarters, and the full revenue on those projects has started kicking in. Also, we have seen the usual tariff revision that happens from 1st of April every year. So coupled with the tariff revision and starting of new projects has certainly seen the total toll revenues go up, which is a higher EBITDA business. That's why the margin expansion.
Okay. Mr. Mhaiskar, good morning. Was there improvement in revenue collections across all the projects, or was it in select pockets like in Vadodara? Obviously that could be election related. Can we work with an improvement in traffic margins for the full year? If yes, what would that number be?
See, I think we had seen a flattened growth for the whole of the last year. So any pickup from there is always going to be there. So on that low base, this growth is certainly sustainable. And most of the key projects, we have seen good ramp up on the traffic side. Whether it was Ahmedabad, Baroda, maybe due to elections, but the elections were all across the country. So we have seen growth in Mumbai, Pune. We have seen growth in Tumkur, Chitradurg. We have seen growth on the Surat, Dahisar, Bharuch, Surat corridor. So entire golden quadrilateral, so to say, we can see there is a improved visibility in terms of traffic now.
Should we work with what, 5%, 6% for the current year?
Certainly, 5% is certainly doable. And coupled with the tariff revision, I think 10 to 12% revenue growth is something one can look forward for.
Okay, Pragya is also with us.
Mr. Mhaiskar, thanks so much for joining in. Pragya this side. The big benefit that has come into you this quarter has been from the premium rescheduling which you got for 2 of your projects. How much in cash flow basis, if you could quantify that benefit was? How will the cash flows look like because of the benefit of premium rescheduling coming onto your numbers for the future years?
See, Pragya, what used to happen is the premium payment earlier was supposed to be paid on a every month basis, irrespective of what your collection is. And that was leading to an asset liability mismatch. With the premium deferment, that has gone out. And as a result, we have revised the amortization schedule, which has resulted into a higher number realization on the profit side. What now is happening is that asset liability mismatch has been corrected because of the deferment of premium. And around 40 crores is what we see as has led to the higher cash realization in terms of PAT.
And should this be the sustainable run rate? Like every year or every quarter, should we see additional 40 crores coming in because of the premium rescheduling or change in the amortization?
See, this is this quarter's impact I'm saying. And what I'm saying is this deferment will go on for next few years. So certainly the cash flow pressure which was there on these 2 projects has gone off, and that certainly will lead to an improved margin going forward.
Few years is approx how many years?
Around 7 years.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Can you tell us?
See, the concept on the we have to understand the concept on the deferment of premium. What they have done is that they have prioritized the debt repayment over the premium to be paid to NHAI. So what happens is the premium deferment keeps on happening so long as you have a cash flow shortfall. And usually in India on a 25-year concession period, we have a debt repayment schedule of 15 years, which is causing these cash flow mismatches. So primarily the unwinding of the premium would tend to happen post repayment of the term loans. So 7 to 8 years, you can say it will keep on rising, and then the unwinding would start.
Okay. Can you tell us about your order pipeline? I mean, we understand that your order book currently stands at 11,350 crores. So you do have visibility for the next couple of years. But do you anticipate any fresh orders?
Sonia, we have bagged 3 projects in the last 2 quarters, and that has taken the order book, as you rightly said, to almost 11,000 odd crores. And for next 4 years, in terms of construction order book, we have a good visibility. We have always been saying that we look at incremental order book growth of 300 to 400 kilometers on an annual basis. And if we look at the NHAI targets, what they have declared so far, where they are talking about 8,500 kilometers to be awarded this year, they have set a target of around 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers to be bid out on BOT basis. So incremental 200 to 300 kilometers going forward should not be a problem, is what we feel.
Mr. Mhaiskar, I wanted to carry that point forward on premium rescheduling. Can we see a couple of more of your projects also benefit from this scheme? I mean, would you approach the NHAI for some more of your projects, and could you name those for us?
Pragya, we have only 2 projects where we have premium that has to be offered to NHAI. So both these projects have been given approval for this scheme.
Would you approach them for any further projects
left to be taken up for?
Okay.
Pardon?
No. Any more projects that you believe could fall under the scheme, and therefore you would approach the NHAI? My question was from that perspective.
No, we don't have any further project where there is premium payable.
All right. Any more projects in the current fiscal that will start earning you revenues that's currently under construction?
See, we are in the last leg of completion of Amritsar Pathankot project, which is a 100-kilometer corridor, and that 4-laning is almost complete. We have sought the provisional completion certificate from NHAI now. So within 1.5 months time, we should be able to start revenues on that coming up as well.
Okay. Just one word on your interest costs, which have gone up quite a bit this time around. Perhaps that's because of the commissioning of your Jaipur-Deoli project as well. What kind of interest cost run rate would you have to incur for the next couple of quarters?
The interest cost would continue to be in the similar range. The debt-equity ratio for us stands at around 2.8:1, and the average interest cost for the company is around 11.25%.
Mr. Mhaiskar, on some of your projects, until financial closure is achieved, the 3 big projects the company had bagged, if any rebidding, any projects by NHAI come up for rebidding, you will not be able to go ahead for that. Is it possible that the company could look at fundraising plans if an attractive opportunity comes by? Could that be on the anvil as well?
See, bidding for projects has nothing to do with fundraising. The NHAI criteria is that if we have 3 projects where financial closure is not done, then we can't bid for the 4th one. Now, we are in the advanced stage of achieving financial closure for all these 3 projects. So in next 2 to 3 months, we should be done with the financial closure for all these 3 projects. In fact, Sholapur-Yedshi, we should be able to announce closure in the coming month itself. So we should be able to bid again given the NHAI criteria. And in that case, as I said, as far as this year is concerned, we have already completed our hurdle rate of 300 to 400 kilometers. In fact, we have picked up 450 kilometers now. So as regards this year is concerned, we are not in a hurry to go out and pick up projects. But once we achieve the closure for these projects, we would certainly be in reckoning to bid for new projects.
All right, Mr. Mhaiskar, it certainly looks like a good quarter and things seem to be perking up. Pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much for joining us with all those details.
Thank you.
So, traffic likely to grow. One more road coming in for toll collection project likely to be completed, the Amritsar Pathankot corridor. So, good times ahead and maybe more orders and more bids